Hi guys, it's Victoria here from Howe Family Farm. I'm going to talk to you today about escargot, snails. We've had lots of questions about what they are. So I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. I've got a little friend with me here just to try and explain a few things. So I'm just going to get straight into it. What is escargot? Escargot is French for snails. Escargot sort of covers land snails, several species of land snails in total, being derived from sort of France and Europe. That's why we use the words escargot. Sounds better than snails on the menu. Question we get asked the most is escargot, are your snails the same snails that are in my garden? And it may scare you to know that yes, they are. They are exactly the same. This little man here, this was one that we have bred, so he's from here, not from your garden. But yes, they are from your garden, and I will explain why. So don't freak out. So the name for this particular species of snail is the Helix aspersa muller, or M-U-L-L-E-R. Discovered by Muller in 1774 in Italy. So that's where that name comes from. So it is a European snail, Italian snail. I think we've got records going back to about the 1800s, 1888, of them coming over to Australia as we colonised. So with the ships, in with plants, in with food that came over from Europe. And they have then infiltrated all of Australia, because tell me one of you that hasn't got snails in your garden. So they are a pest. They are not native to Australia, but they are perfectly fine to eat if you follow certain rules and procedures. In Australia, these guys, the common brown garden snail, are the only snails that we can eat. There are other types of snails, the ones that have got like a cone on the top, which actually cause devastation to a lot of the wheat farmers' crop. So they are different to these guys. So we can eat these ones, don't eat any others. Often get asked, what about snails and slugs? Are they the same? Can you eat slugs just like you can eat snails? Well, simple answer is yes, you can. My answer would be don't. So snails and slugs are very much of the same family. Slugs don't have a shell. However, slugs are more susceptible to picking up diseases and parasites. To eat them, it would be ideal for you to go through the same process that we go through, which would be cleaning and purging them and then cooking them. There have been incidents of people getting really, really sick from eating both snails and slugs that are uncooked, but predominantly that is from slugs. So yes, they are part of the same family. You can eat them. It's just not something that is done in the world, but I mean, it's a protein source, so crack on. So just to tell you a little bit about our garden snail here. So you see the two bigger tentacles at the top? They are his eyes, his or her eyes, which they're hermaphrodites if you didn't know. So they're both male and female. They have both male and female organs. I'm going to do a complete another video on that, so bear with me. And the two smaller ones underneath, they are what they use to sort of touch and feel their way forward and see what's underneath them. The part of the snail that's sort of on my fingers is called the foot. So that's what they use to sort of glide along the ground. They have the shell, which you can see. Have the respiratory system up here. They also poop out of this top part. They also have their reproductive organs sort of on the underside up here as well. Gastropod is another name that you'll hear from them, and mollusk gastropod. And just, they don't sting or bite. They don't smell, and they just excrete a bit of slime that helps them not only move along the ground, but does also help ward off pests and predators. The slime can be used on facial products, which is again something I will cover in an episode coming up. Extremely versatile animal, a pest to many of you, I know, and I'm sure the slug and snail pellets are busily being spread amongst gardens, and that's fair enough. But that's what I love about us here at Southwest Snails and Howe Family Farm, is that we're actually taking a pest, something that is a pest to those, and actually turning it into a food source, a protein food source. So there we go. If you've got any more questions or you want me to cover anything in particular, please give me a shout. I'm ducked in out of the rain on my veranda at the moment because it's a bit cold and wet out, but we will try and answer as many questions as possible. I would love if you would subscribe, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, and like our videos. That really helps us be able to produce more for you. That's about it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.